Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
The WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Joseph Parker, has set us back round the merry-go-round again by sending a tweet to Anthony Joshua, David Higgins of Duco, who is his promoter, and of course Anthony Joshua's promoter, Matchroom guru, if you like, Eddie Hearn. And this is what Joseph Parker had to say. Anthony Joshua, thanks for offering me less than half what you paid Charles Martin to Unify. Do you really want to fight? Make a serious offer. Hashtag never been dropped. So that was the message directed at Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn. So as far as we're aware, the money that they paid Charles Martin was $5 million. I don't know whether that's $5 million or £5 million, but whatever it is, $5 million. So if they've offered less than half, then you're talking probably $2.5 million, which is ridiculous considering that Anthony Joshua will get around about 15 to 20 million. Do you see the gulf in difference? Now, I'm not anybody's financial advisor, and to be honest, all these percentages and this, that and the other, we've talked it to death, and it does get a little bit boring. But if it's true, if Eddie Hearn put in a £2 million or dollar offer, that's terrible. Absolutely disgusting. It's insulting, really. Based on the fact that Joshua would get 15 to 20 million. So that is a massive, massive difference. I don't know why Eddie Hearn would do insulting offers. At least make a reasonable offer and then negotiate from there. I mean, to lowball like that is insane. And if he's serious about this kind of offer, saying that's what we think you're worth, then Eddie Hearn, you know I'm a big Matchroom fan, and Eddie Hearn fan, I think he's the best promoter in the world. But you know what? That's ridiculous. You can't price somebody like that considering your fighter gets X amount. That's just pure greed, pure stupidity. So do you want to unify? And Joseph Parker's absolutely correct. Do you want to unify or do you not? Personally, I think Parker and Wilder should fight together. That's what I think they should do. And then the winner takes on Anthony Joshua in the summer. What's wrong with that? Both of them can get a 50-50 or whatever it may be. Fight in Vegas, as Deontay Wilder is desperate to fight in Vegas. Joseph Parker is based in Vegas, so it makes perfect sense to do that. I think if this is the kind of offer that Eddie Hearn is putting in, and like I said, I hate saying this because I'm a massive Eddie Hearn fan, and obviously I'm not his financial advisor, I'm not anything like that. But that is ridiculous, and I think Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder need to put their heads together and come up with an offer that would suit them both. They can go to Vegas, they'll get a share of the coin machines while they're in Vegas. That's what fighters do over that weekend, which is why Canelo and the likes of Floyd Mayweather would always fight in Vegas, because it's big money over the boxing weekend. So I think Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder, you need to start negotiating with each other. I think that would be the fair thing to do. And from then, the winner, who will have the WBO and the WBC titles even, then you can legitimately come into Eddie Hearn and say, look, we want 50%, we may accept 40 to 45, but no lower than that. That would be the fair thing to do. Now, I know business isn't fair. Eddie Hearn is trying to maximise as much profit as he possibly can, but we, the fans, want to see these big fights. We want to see Joshua against Joseph Parker, Joshua against Deontay Wilder. If you really want to unify, if Anthony Joshua is ready, which I believe he is, then just make a reasonable offer. I mean, considering the likes of Pulev was about to make $5 million, so what, Joseph Parker is worth less than half of Kubrat Pulev compared to what Carlos Takam got? Joseph Parker is half. Yeah, Eddie Hearn would always say to Deontay Wilder, well, your stock isn't that good because you haven't fought anybody. You can't say that about Joseph Parker. You can criticise his performances, but so what? It's as Dillian White says, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. He's winning. He's got decent names on his resume. He's got Andy Ruiz Jr., he's got Hughie Fury, and of course he's got Anthony Joshua's last opponent in Carlos Takam. So you can't say that with Joseph Parker at all. That's a ridiculous offer. Now, I know negotiations always start off wide. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why the likes of Eddie Hearn and David Higgins can't just say, right, okay, so Higgins is saying we will accept 40% no less. Eddie Hearn, if you want unification, 30%. And then meet somewhere. So look, 30% equals this amount of money. Because if you're offering less than half than what you offered Charles Martin for a unification fight, for a fight that will get the whole of Britain interested, come on, man. Don't lowball like that. Either if you want the fight, get the fight. If you don't want the fight, don't do the fight. Move on to somebody else. Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, stop messing about, unify together, and then you can come up to Anthony Joshua with big bargaining powers. The whole boxing world will want the winner of you two to fight Anthony Joshua for undisputed, and Eddie Hearn will have no choice but to pay the big bucks that he paid Vladimir Klitschko. If you want that kind of money, if you're confident of beating Wilder, Parker, do it. Wilder, if you're confident of beating Parker, do it. Stop trying to cash out on Anthony Joshua right now. Let them go do whatever they're going to do. Let them go fight Ustinov on pay-per-view, which would really annoy me. But either way, you two go unify together. For me, I don't think it's almost... I mean, it's one hell of an achievement if Anthony Joshua managed to get each of the belt and become undisputed by doing it one at a time. But for a shortcut, Wilder and Parker, you guys need to unify, and Anthony Joshua gets the winner. So anyway, that's my thoughts. You drop me yours. Eddie Hearn, I'm a big fan, but don't mess about.